Hi, everybody. So a few years ago, I found myself in a situation that many of you are probably familiar with. I call it the phone-sulator syndrome. And it's when you look down at your phone screen and completely isolate yourself from everyone around you. Don't we all do this every day? In line at a coffee shop, getting into an elevator. I might have seen some of you doing it, waiting for Bob to get up and talk about the accelerator. In my case, I just left my friends and family behind in India and moved to the US for college. And at Stanford, surrounded by eager freshmen and the California sunshine, you'd expect it to be a perfect time to make new friends, meet new people. But for me, the combination of a new country, new faces, new accents, new lingo was too much, and hence the phone-sulator syndrome. In line at the campus Starbucks, waiting in my lecture seat a few minutes before class would start, or in the hallway waiting for office hours. And amidst all this change, there was one constant solace I could come back to at the end of the day, which was the world of massively multiplayer online games. Whether it was playing League of Legends or World of Warcraft, or in today's world, Fortnite, with friends from all over the world, these MMOs had figured out a way to create shared digital experiences using real-time multiplayer networking to bring hundreds of millions of people together every day to create lasting friendships and fun. And I found myself thinking, was there a way we could take the best parts of these MMOs and bring them to the real spaces that we all spend time in every day? Was there a way we could edit reality to stop looking down at our phones and isolating ourselves, but actually using them to bring ourselves together in physical spaces? And what if we could go one step further and actually invite our friends and family to feel like they were right there with us? Now, science fiction has promised us these kinds of visions of augmented reality for decades, but I do believe that the missing pieces are finally here for this to become a reality. And the starting point for this reality is the phone and the sensors you already have in your pocket. Now, today we only use these cameras as capture devices, right? We take photos, we take videos. But over the last couple years, a convergence in cloud infrastructure, computer vision, and smartphone processing has made it possible for us to turn these phones into reality editors and turn any space into a location for all kinds of shared experiences, whether that's like turning your office into a basketball arcade, or adopting the pet you've always wanted from the savannah with your friends, taking a photo right in place with your family to find years later as a time capsule right where you took it, turning your entire city into a massively shared garden, or inviting Ralph and Vanellope from Ralph Breaks the Internet to your game room, something we've been working on with Disney Interactive. Let me walk you through what needs to happen under the hood for this to become a reality. There's 3 missing building blocks that we need to assemble. The first is spatial sharing. And that's the ability for your phone to understand the geometric structure of any space using a combination of computer vision and sensors already in your pocket. We then take that understanding and map it to a single global coordinate system, just the way GPS did 30 years ago, but this time with the precision of a few centimeters. This allows us to sync up multiple viewpoints in real time through your camera, both indoors and outdoors. The second building block we need is persistence. Objects in this shared AR universe need to be able to inhabit both space and time so that basic primitives like life, death, scarcity, they start meaning the same thing in this digital world. This means being able to place a digital object like a seed in a biology lesson in a classroom, leave, come back and resume the state of that world to see that plant grow up into a tree with other friends as we take care of it together. The third building block we need is intelligence. And this is something we all take for granted, right? You walk into a room, this is a table, this is a chair, this is a wall, these are the physical properties these things have. Devices don't have that understanding. But using a combination of traditional and more novel AI techniques like deep learning, we're actually able to give devices now this semantic understanding of a space at a level of speed and precision that just wasn't possible until recently. Now, once you've got these 3 building blocks, you've got to assemble them in a way that makes it easy for anybody to use anywhere. iOS, Android, desktop browser, VR headset, pair of AR glasses that might launch a few years from now. And this is critical to making these shared AR experiences useful in your daily lives, whether that's a game that brings us together in a public park, or a biology lesson in a classroom that allows us to learn something together, or a layer of floating information above retail shelves. This means designing a tech stack that's sharply focused on shared AR and has these primitives of massively multiplayer networking, computer vision, and network physics as first-class citizens, not as afterthoughts to a traditional game engine the way the industry has done so far. Now, assembling this isn't easy, and I know because in 2017, my co-founder and I started Ubiquity6 to bring people together in physical spaces, whether that's in your dorm room with a bunch of your best friends or in a massive public space like the San Francisco MoMA, where hundreds of people are able to paint the ceiling with their own phones in real time through their camera. Ultimately, giving phones the ability to edit reality is a way for us to achieve our mission of unlocking entirely new ways for people to connect in the physical spaces they care about. When you look around you today, I think it becomes clear that we're still in the dark ages. We look down at these phones and completely isolate ourselves from each other. But I do think we're finally on the cusp of a new change in consumer behavior where we can stop looking down at these things and isolating ourselves and look through them into shared reality that lives on top of our daily lives and allows us to go back to looking at each other again. Thank you.